68 tons. 150 millimeters of front armor. An 88mm gun that could kill any tank at 2 kilometers. The King Tiger was the most powerful tank of WW2. It was also a colossal waste of resources. This is the story of King Tiger. A weapon that changed the face of war. The year is 1944 to 1945. The world is at war. And someone has just built something terrifying. The Tiger II was the heaviest tank to see combat in WW2. Its 150mm front armor was virtually impenetrable. Its 88mm gun could kill anything. But was this 68-ton monster worth building? What comes next will revolutionize warfare forever. The Tiger II combined the Tiger Eyes gun with the Panther's sloped armor. The result was the most heavily armored tank in the war. Its front armor was 150mm thick and steeply sloped. No Allied gun in 1944 could penetrate it from the front. The 88mm KWK-43 gun was the most powerful tank gun of the war. It could destroy a Sherman at 3,500 meters. But the Tiger II weighed 68 tons. It could not cross most bridges. It was slow, clumsy, and consumed fuel at an alarming rate. The Maybach engine was the same one used in the lighter Panther. It was hopelessly underpowered for 68 tons. Fuel consumption was catastrophic. The Tiger II burned 500 liters per 100 kilometers. In a fuel-starved Germany, this was insane. Transmission failures were constant. The final drive was not strong enough for the weight. Many Tiger IIs were abandoned due to mechanical breakdown. Only 489 Tiger IIs were built. Each one consumed resources that could have built 3 Panthers or 5 Panzer IVs. In combat, the Tiger II was devastating when it worked. At the Battle of the Bulge, a single Tiger II held a crossroads for hours. But American fighter bombers destroyed Tiger IIs from the air. No amount of armor protected against a rocket from above. Most Tiger IIs were lost to mechanical failure, lack of fuel, or air attack. Very few were destroyed by other tanks. The Tiger II represented Germany's obsession with wonder weapons. Bigger, heavier, more powerful. But none of it mattered without fuel and numbers. After the war, captured Tiger IIs were tested by every major power. The design influenced post-war heavy tank development. Only 489 King Tigers were built. Individually devastating, they were too heavy, unreliable, and fuel-hungry to change the war. Soldiers on both sides had to adapt. The old way of fighting was dead. The enemy scrambled to develop countermeasures. But they were already behind. Production ramped up. Factories worked day and night to build more. By the end of the war, this weapon had fundamentally altered the battlefield. The King Tiger represented the pinnacle of WW2 tank design and Germany's strategic failure. Resources spent on 489 supertanks could have built thousands of more useful vehicles. The men who operated it knew its power. And they knew its cost. After the war, this technology continued to evolve. Its influence can still be seen today. Museums around the world preserve these machines. Silent reminders of their deadly efficiency. Collectors and historians study every detail. Every rivet, every mechanism tells a story. The soldiers who faced it called it many things. But they all agreed on one thing. It was terrifying. This was King Tiger. And it changed everything. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shaped the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today. The events described here shape the world we live in today.